You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hey, wakey, eggs and bakey, Matt.
Wake up.
Oh, that helps. I'm so tired today.
Are you? I'm gonna do the podcast intro right off the bat.
Okay, go for it.
Off the rip.
Welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, a weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other. I'm David Wiggins, and today I'm joined by Matt, Book Pro Dennison, and Jason, 3 Coffees Lucas.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I like it when you do the intro. It takes a lot of pressure off me. That's great.
Yeah, and I just wanted to get it clean, get it out there, get done. Don't ramble too much, you know.
Awesome.
Let the people know.
Awesome stories.
Yeah.
Gave it to you for that.
Awesome
for that
stories.
Hey, right off rip, I'm going to ask you once again for a fun fact.
All right.
You're the fun fact guy.
No, I'll do it. The GoPro Hero 1 launched in September 2004 and sold the company.
And the GoPro sold the company, became sentient, and sold the entire company.
He was the hero. And the company sold $150,000 worth of cameras in its first year. That's pretty bad.
Wow. 150,000?
That's really bad.
That's like, how did they sustain?
Well, I'm assuming it was 2004.
So that's equivalent to $10 million with inflation.
I wish we had a GoPro 1. If you're listening and you have a GoPro 1, please let us know. I'll buy it off you.
I had a GoPro one. I threw it away. Fun fact.
Where? Can we find it?
It's in the ocean where I threw it. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I had one. I had a viewfinder and everything. It was crazy.
A viewfinder?
Yeah, I had a viewfinder.
GoPro 1?
Yeah. Wow. Because you had to...
You had to find the view.
You had to find the view.
Wasn't it film?
It was like a 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
what?
it was like strapped to your wrist.
Hey.
It's for surfing.
You, shut up.
Wait, who's talking right now?
It was
Who's
film?
talking? Is that Big Al? No, that's not Big Al.
Oh, no. Was it? It must have been digital.
All right. You forced our...
Wait, guys, I want to find out who's talking. Can we run the intro so I can figure that one out?
I was going to say, you forced our hand into
Second
the
intro. Second intro.
All right. Our guest today began his rise to YouTube stardom 6 years ago with a humble mountain bike POV video on a trail here in Squamish, BC. Since then, he has gone on to create hundreds of videos documenting his mountain bike travels all over the world, and along the way, he has racked up millions of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. On top of that, he's built a van to live in, trails for riders to come shred all over the place, and a life for him and his wife that would make most mountain bikers incredibly jealous. Ladies and gentlemen, it's BCpov, otherwise known as Eric. Yay! Clapping sound effect.
Yes,
Hi.
So we asked Eric, do you know we have a soundboard on this podcast? He said, oh yeah, this one's my favorite. Play it.
I just did.
That is a good one. I try to recreate it, but I can't get that.
like you vocally try to recreate it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, give it a shot.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I was sorry. I covered up. I stepped on your. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah. Everybody has to do one now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
Now I
that
can
was
talk.
the best start to a podcast
Jason's
ever.
had the best sort of like up and down.
I've done it a lot. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, I was just going to say, since we drive a lot in the van, we listen to a lot of podcasts. And so Yuka and I are always, whenever we hear that, we always repeat it, that sound effect.
It's hard
She's
not
really good at it. And she just kind of laughs at how bad I am at it. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yuka needs to call in, leave us a speak pipe that's just her saying, "Oh yeah."
And for the people that don't know, Yuka is your wife.
Yeah.
They live in a van with.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, actually, the van's parked out there. She's getting some work done in there. Actually, she's playing Zelda right now. But
Oh, amazing. Which one? The new one?
yeah.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, we both bought it because we were flying out of Australia and we had 30 hours of flying to do. So we're like, okay, we're going to play Zelda. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been on a big Zelda kick last couple of weeks. I'm still on Breath of the Wild though.
Okay, yeah, finish that, but then you got another 150 hours of gameplay.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I can't wait. I love it.
Yeah.
Did they ever do a porn parody that was Breast of the Wild?
No, they did not.
We could Google that. Maybe we'll Google that after the show.
Yeah, personal time.
So, where did you come from tonight? You've been here for a week now. You came back from Australia.
Yeah, we just went to visit a friend in Capilano, and we just slept in front of her place. So, yeah, in the van, and then just cruised down to Anytime Fitness. Had a shower this morning, and we came over here. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So is that the move? More often than not, you just park outside someone's house that you know, or are you
Anywhere really.
anywhere?
Yeah. The trick is just to park in the neighborhood, and then the neighbors think, oh, the neighbor must have someone over, and they'll think that, and then it's just us in a van. So
Just you guys going, oh yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I know we're dirtbags, so we just park up wherever.
What about the Walmarts? Overrated, underrated?
They're not as like there used to be a lot more availability. Like a lot of them have closed off their parking lots to camping.
Really?
But I think the one in Chilliwack still allows it. But it's nice because you can just wake up and then walk into the Walmart and take a dump or whatever. And,
Is this just in Canada that they've banned it?
No, in the States it's gone down a bit too. I think
really?
It's gotten a bit too popular and people abuse it a bit.
So the rule or the policy used to be that at any Walmart you could camp overnight. Was there a certain time period?
I think they just don't want you to stay for extended periods.
I did it once. I brushed my teeth in a Walmart, like in the McDonald's bathroom a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun life.
Yeah, it sounds amazing, doesn't it?
I was gonna say, wake up every morning, head into that Walmart.
Yeah, but it is pretty convenient because you can do your grocery shopping there and stuff, and yeah.
What's the best Walmart you've ever slept at?
Oh, I couldn't say. I don't know. They're all the same, aren't they?
I don't know.
They are. Every Walmart, some are bigger than others, but they're pretty much all the same. So. Actually, the better ones are the ones with the grocery stores. Some of them are the super centers, I guess. They've got the grocery stores, and other ones are just more like department stores. So, yeah.
Have you guys ever seen I stayed overnight in a Walmart YouTube videos? Mm-hmm. That's my dream. I would love to get trapped in a Walmart overnight.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a very like kid movie dream sort of scenario. I feel like that played out in like a lot of 90s things.
It's also just documenting your illegal activity, filming yourself in the Walmart, but
Isn't that what YouTube is?
Exactly.
Documenting illegal activities.
There's so much stuff like there's no way this guy isn't getting a fine after posting this video. Like, I don't know how it all works. Maybe people just are like, whatever.
Or big Walmart sets these people up, puts them in a store overnight, and it's a marketing tactic.
I don't think Walmart needs that kind of publicity. I think they're sailing just fine.
they're doing okay.
Yeah.
Eric, I wanted to ask you, so you appeared in our video, How to Buy a Mountain Bike. And I think about you on a weekly basis because on a weekly basis, we receive a comment that says, oh my God, I just realized BCpov and Yuka are in this video.
Yeah.
And I wondered, do people recognize you from that video at all? Like, did they call that one out to you?
A little bit. Yeah. Not a ton. But yeah, people have definitely mentioned, it was really cool that you're in that video. Well, thanks for having us on the video too, by the way. That was a cool experience.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. But no, it's like we've got all our own content and stuff that people recognize us from too. So yeah.
What's like the one, like, oh, you're that guy from X video that someone has seen a lot?
Maybe it's it's hard to say, but one of my very first videos that blew up is I was riding a really, really difficult trail in Whistler. I won't say the name because it's not a legal trail, but it was like, I called it the hardest trail in the world, and it's like very, very difficult. And it just documented me like struggling down this trail, and I ate shit at least once in the video, and people really related to that. I think a lot of people watched it. So actually, I get a lot of requests to go back to it, and I'm like, I'd have to spend a fair amount of time riding that kind of terrain to go back to that trail. But since we travel so much, we just ride a lot more mellow stuff than we have here in BC. So, my technical skills are not as good as they used to be, I think. But yeah, anyways, that was the video that it probably sticks out in the mind of a lot of people. So,
Yeah, I think I know the one in that trail. Won't name it. Has ropes to get down some of the features.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've also fallen on that trail.
Yeah.
Trying to ride it.
No, there's like an old video of like a young Jesse Melamed like smashing his brains out on that trail, like breaking helmet and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty full on.
That deserved a sound effect, but I don't have my iPad right now. But smashing his brain is very deserving. Can we get hotter on the soundboard today, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Careful what you wish for.
Please.
Come on, Chester, for Mountain Dew.
Is there a video that you kind of associate with me?
With you.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's the video where you were going for that final gap and you had the emotional breakdown at the end.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was
And
pretty.
that came up.
And I thought it was rad that you just showed the real side, of the story, which is super dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to hit that jump and finally did. I have a major like anxiety and mental blocks when there's a feature that kind of intimidates me, and just really hard for me to either ignore that or push through it. So,
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not alone. I feel like I can feel that too. And so it's super relatable when you document that reaction to finally hitting the thing that's just been destroying you mentally.
Yeah, for me, it's just about being honest and authentic. So that's what happened. So I kind of feel an obligation to show it the way it happened. So
What video? What's it called?
I don't know.
Or how would you find it?
If you search Johnny Royale, BCpov, it's a trail in Oregon, in Sandy Ridge, I think it's called, or Sandy, Oregon. So
I was so impressed by Yuka's riding in
This
that.
is the second one there, Jason. That first one is just a raw video of that trail. Yeah. So what was that?
I was so impressed by Yuka's riding in that video too.
Yeah, she's fearless. She's amazing, and that's kind of people love seeing Yuka for sure because she's just sending everything. Just the other day we were riding a new trail network in Australia, and there's some massive hits there, and luckily we had the trail builders with us to kind of guide us through, and Yuka's hitting these massive lips, and I was like, God, this is too much for me. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, you're not gonna play the end, are you?
We'd have to.
Yeah, no, he just Big Al's on it. He just things we're talking about, he pulls up just in case. Yeah, we don't need to relive this one again.
What has the mental blockage gotten better or worse when now there's a camera on you and you're like, am I making this a video? Is this a video?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. It's hard to really kind of comprehend what's happening inside because the way we film is we just try to film really just recording what's happening in reality. And I don't know how much having the camera on affects me that much because I know in post I can just cut it out if I want to or whatever. But I think in this case I truly felt that I wanted to hit this feature, and I had seen Yuka had done it already, and I'd seen other people do it, and I knew it was in my wheelhouse, but it was just messing with me. So I was so sure. But I did go to this trail with the goal of clearing it for a video. But at the same time, personally, I wanted to do that as well. So I don't know. It's hard to describe where all the motivations are coming from in that situation. But
Yeah, I think it's a hard thing to dissect anyway, because we have that too, where we're like, are we riding right now and pushing it for a video, or are we just pushing it to because of personal wants and desires to land a thing or hit a feature?
Yeah. I know personally I'm very okay with walking away with something if I feel like it's just I'm not feeling it that day. But yeah, in that case, there's certain features that I know I can do, but I just have issues with. It's mostly step-ups, actually.
Really?
Well, that dumb step-up on Fade to Black.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've done it many times, but then a winter goes by and go back to the bike park. I'm like, oh man, this thing's screwing with me again. But yeah, for some, I think I have a bad perception of how high I go when I'm jumping on a bike, and I don't think I'm jumping that high, but I'm actually jumping like anybody else would. But in my head, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make that. So.
Yeah, it's spooky. I think about you as well when I jump up that thing. The operation table. Can we find that clip so Dave knows what we're talking about here? How would you find that?
I don't know.
Just type in Whistler bike park sick edit.
Oh, do you mean the one where I went underneath it?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. That's like
People don't forget.
It's one of the Wismas videos.
Oh gosh. Just type in
like
Wismas.
There's like 4 of them. So. Oh, it's the second one right there. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah,
It's the thumbnail. So.
you can tell by the way it is.
Yeah. You can tell by.
So this is an epic bail on a trail called Faded Black in the Whistler Bike Park, and you would basically jump up on top of this wooden structure. It's a flat structure, and then you hop off of it. So it's a step up and then drop off. And our friend Eric here didn't make it on the step up and kind of fell underneath the table.
Yeah, I think you might got it there.
The next part of the trail has a drop to step up.
Oh, it was wet
God.
that day too.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
gnarly.
wet, Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Hey, do you have clearance for this music, Eric?
Do you have Epidemic Sound?
No. Oh God.
Turn the sound down.
Wait, now recreate music with your mouth, Big Al. Oh, he doesn't have a mic.
Oh no, it wasn't that try. Okay.
We don't have clearance for that either.
Bring back the YouTube volume. This is peaceful. I love your soundtrack, Eric.
Number 2, I follow Van Cannon again.
Oh god.
Who's playing
And I've
this
used this
music?
clip in so many videos because I just want to give context for in other videos.
Oh man, you should score your videos with the NFL
God.
soundtrack. Oh, and there's the crash. Oh, my goodness.
How embarrassing.
The last possible break. Oh, it happens though. It happens.
Yeah, and then I just cut back to like, here's me doing it 3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
3 years ago, no problem.
yeah. So
Oh,
it's just all in the head, really.
I thought it was gonna be a hit. It turns out it fucking sucks.
oh man, it happens though. What's the last thing you've been really stoked on that you rode? Something that you conquered?
Yeah, at the same place where Yuko's hitting these big jumps, there's like, some pretty like 30-footer type long and low jumps that I was pretty happy to hit. So, yeah, they were good.
Is that like crabapple hit size, 30 feet?
Crabapple's like 45.
Yeah.
45.
And it's tall. The lips are all tall.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuka makes me nervous because she sees those jumps and she's like, I want to hit those. I want to feel good. It makes me really nervous when she talks like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I'm having a really good day, I could probably hit those. But I think just it's just so much anxiety around that.
Yeah.
But those jumps are like, I think they're just, the lip is so big that they're basically doing the jumping for you on those jumps. As long as you just commit, I think you're good.
Go fast enough.
Yeah.
Don't case.
Yeah. But even if you case, I think you'd still probably bounce out of it pretty good because the lining is so round. Yeah. But they're just so big and scary.
Didn't you just build a jump trail in Australia?
Yeah.
Are those the jumps you're talking about?
No. So there's a place called Naruma. The trail network's not open, but they had us over to make a video for them. So that there's this whole new network that's going to go in there. It's really amazing. But yeah, I built a trail down in Tasmania on a vineyard down there, and it's like a kind of a little bit of a private bike park that they're trying to get going. And we were riding there, and I saw the Mini X, and I was like, oh. I've been wanting to run it in Mini X for a long time to build a trail, and they're like, well, we could probably do that. So I still have 2 more videos to make on that. But yeah, I built a trail that's about 800 meters long, jump trail. And the biggest jumps are around like 24 feet.
Isn't that dangerous?
Do you design your trails on the computer?
A little bit. So like on my trail in Abbotsford, for example, there's this one spot where there's like this old growth log that had fallen down. I'm like, this is like amazing feature, like, because in BC we want to use the features on the trail and just kind of incorporate them. So basically, the new since the iPhone 12, you can like, it has LiDAR scanner. You can like scan the terrain. And so you just like walk around and scan the terrain, and then you bring it into like a 3D editing app in your computer, and you can just design around this feature. And then you get like all the real world dimensions and stuff. And then,
Our phones can do this?
yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
So, but then yeah, this trail in Tasmania, I did the same thing. They had this big log on the ground. It's not in the videos yet. Oh, it'll be third video. There's a big log on the ground, and I'm like, okay, it has a really nice curve to it. I can turn this into a whale tail. So I scanned the log, and they designed the feature before I ever put a shovel in the ground. Or yeah.
You have a background in game development?
Yeah. So I used to be an artist in video games. So I'd make like characters and buildings and environments and things like that. Yeah. So.
And how much of those skills come into play when you're building a trail on, or like building a feature on your computer?
Yeah. For me, this is like, I can scan the trail with my phone and then build on a computer. This like makes total sense to me. Like this is what I should be doing because this is my skill set. So yeah. But yeah.
So that wall ride that we rode on your trail, you designed that online? Pull that up.
Pull it up.
Yeah.
So, it's in our BCpov video, or I guess, yeah, just type in BCpov Mahalo, my dude.
Cool.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it just makes a lot to me. And I've had a fair number of people
Here in Abbotsford.
email me or message me asking how I did that, and so they can do it themselves. So people are starting to do it. But yeah,
Near the end, Big L.
Yeah, there it is.
After Kaz.
Yeah, this thing is massive. This is also the structure in which you iced us. Did you draw in the Smirnoff ice in AutoCAD or whatever the heck you're using?
Son of a bitch.
Shout out to Eric.
well,
Shout out to Eric for icing us.
Put in time and effort.
oh yeah, this is the feature.
Fun.
Turn that down. That's confusing. Who's talking?
First time here.
So this feature and the one below it were designed in 3D.
So, watching you build it online and then showing up to ride it was very different. It's quite a bit bigger in real life than you would expect.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
Like
a lot
if-
of people are like, "Oh, I can ride that," and then they show up, they're like, "Oh, that's pretty full on." Yeah.
The step up's pretty challenging. You're coming around a corner pretty quickly. It's a bit of a flat corner.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bunny hop up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a easy trail. Like this, the trail was designed to be black with double black features. So
It's awesome. It's super fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great trail. You did an amazing job. But what's the expectations versus reality designing that thing on the computer and then going out there and starting to put wood down in the ground?
what do you mean?
I don't know. Is it simple? Is it like, oh well, everything went exactly as I planned?
It's pretty simple. So the first feature you saw there, the first kind of step up to a wooden berm thing, we designed in the computer, but then I created a set of coordinates that we manually like placed flags in the ground for where each post goes, and then the height of each post relative to the first one. So that was like a really manual. But then the second feature, I realized that I could actually use AR. So there's like a little app in your phone. You can load a 3D model and then show it in the real world. So you can look at it through your phone and just walk around this feature. And basically, we use that AR to build it. So I could place the flags exactly where those posts go into the ground with AR. And then, so when I say AR, I mean augmented reality. So basically,
I thought you were talking about pirates.
yeah. and then
Arr, sorry.
the shark fin feature is quite tricky because each fin goes steeper and steeper and steeper. But with AR, you can just like have your friends hold the post up to the angle it needs to be, and then you just tack it into place. So you can just like match it to the AR.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You can tell where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
How come he doesn't get a banumch? Even better.
Perfect.
Even better. That's sweet. So are you going to be in a couple of years or next year building trails with the MacBook Vision Pro?
That would be sweet. I'm kind of stoked on that thing.
Yeah, me too.
He's talking about the VR headset by Apple. Yeah.
That looks great.
But for me, it's like, because we live in a van, and we have limited space for monitors and stuff. I just want like a virtual desktop that I can just wear on my face, and then just like
wow.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the most distorted.
That's
what do you mean exactly?
That plays when you wear that.
You mean, what was that noise?
Did you guys know
Is that a new jingle?
that it is a VR headset and the eyes are a screen?
Yeah.
That's projecting your eyes back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is wild.
The VR and AR
But it's fake AR.
thingamajig,
I
fake
guess.
AR.
In terms of it being like you're watching a video of the outside world, you're not seeing it through a thing.
And you can FaceTime people. You see them.
It's an avatar of you,
but
basically.
yeah, they see a third-person version of you, like a me.
Yeah, it's
A Nintendo
definitely.
Mii.
I feel like the first version will be very cool, but it's probably the second one that you're gonna want to actually spend the money on.
Yeah.
Well, we are at like iPhone 12 now, so it could be 12 that you want to spend your money on.
No, it was worth getting like the 4. I feel like the first one was probably not that great.
What about the GoPro 1? Worth it?
Yeah, there's a hand crank on it.
Well, it was filmed, so there was some kind of crank on it.
That actually blows my mind that you could wear the headset in your van and have the 49-inch curved monitor virtually in front of you. That's awesome. Damn, that's a game changer.
I'm part of me is like, it's either gonna just go the way of the dodo, or it's gonna be like the next, like, it's gonna be getting like what the iPhone was to smartphones.
It'll be the thing.
I feel like it'll be the thing, but I also thought Google Glass was kind of cool. That never went anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And there's already a lot of VR headsets out there, but I don't know many people that own them.
Well, because they haven't, you've got to integrate these technologies into people's day-to-day life in a proper way, which is what Apple does. Whereas like, Oculus is like, all right, nerds, go in your corner and don't talk to anyone. Whereas like Apple's whole emphasis is like, you can see their eyes, you can still interact. So I think it'll be once you can use the headsets and then multiple people have them and you don't feel too isolated, that's when it'll really take off.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable right away sitting in a Starbucks with this thing on my head.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But
And the Google Glass didn't take off because it was the whole security thing that you can walk in somewhere and be filming someone and they can't tell you're filming them. And there was all those, I think, elements that held it back. Also, they didn't call it the Google Goggle, which, a real failure.
Google Goggle? Oh, the Google Goggle.
yeah.
That's what she said.
Jason and I tried the Google Glass one time. The Google
This
Glass.
is why it didn't take off. People just couldn't say it.
Google. We tried at the YouTube space. And I thought it was pretty neat that the sound is just through bone vibrations vibrating your skull. Is that true?
This is fine.
Is this true? There's no actual speaker. It's just vibrating your skull.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
it's,
thought.
And it's like you can hear perfect music. Do you not believe me, Dave?
No, I believe you. I just don't know.
You're amused?
Oh, interesting.
Wrong.
It would be like how
Sorry.
your voice sounds inside your head versus hearing it externally.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be weird, yeah. Huh.
I feel like, how do you deal with that? Because you do voiceovers in your videos. Like at this point, having done so much voiceover work, podcast stuff, I feel like what I hear in my head matches what I hear in video.
Sometimes I get really in my head when I'm doing voiceovers and I hear all the extra stuff that's going on in my head. So it's not getting filtered out. And then
All the demons.
I have a lot of issue like just getting the words out. But other days I'm like, just, it all like flows out and I can just do it. But
Well,
yeah.
what about even hearing yourself right now? Because you asked us whether or not to put the headphones on.
Yeah. Oh,
Am I making you think about your voice now?
it seems
Overthink?
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it.
People don't forget.
Do you do your voiceovers in the van?
Yeah. I think it's actually not a bad place to do it. Like there's a lot of weird angles and there's like a bed in there. So the sound doesn't bounce that bad.
Weird angles?
Yeah, like we have like some cabinets that are come in a weird angle, and the whole van is like more of a rounded shape. So
what? It helps the vibrations.
yeah, you just
Sound
there's a bit of sound deadening in there, I guess.
Yeah, I see.
don't know.
Helps the vibrations in your skull.
Yes.
Exactly.
How were your travels in Australia?
Good.
I've never been.
Yeah, you should go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's super fun there. Yeah, it's
Dave, you been? I know Jason has.
Nar.
Just
Nar?
Just to the airport.
Just to the airport.
Just to Melbourne.
To the R part.
that does not.
The AR part.
I know. I didn't say I can't.
Well, were you
So-
just doing like a tour of airports, or what was the?
I was on the way to New Zealand.
that doesn't make
Layover.
sense.
Okay, so none of us have been to Australia.
Yeah, no, it's they don't have a ton of elevation like we do here, but they have quite a Derby was really good. There's a place called Boomerang Bike Park near Brisbane that was like. Is that funny to you?
It's like Maple Leaf Bike Park.
Oh yeah, they call it
igloo.
boomers. Yeah,
Wallaby Meadows.
The Didgeridoo Desert.
Shrimp on the Bobby Bike Park.
okay, be nice. It's a great bike park.
Those are all great places. Don't smash them.
Yeah, it was like it was one of the only places in Australia where they had built up like wooden features and big drops and stuff. So it was super fun. Felt a bit like home. And but Tasmania is like where it's at in Australia. It's like great temperatures and awesome riding and dense like more tropical forest there and stuff. So
Is it Medina Bike Parks there?
Medina's there. I'm gonna make some people upset. It's not my favorite place to ride in Australia. It wasn't bad, but it was everything was a little bit samey.
Boom.
But
Roasted.
that's probably one of the biggest elevation bike parks in Australia for sure. But yeah, I thought they need a little bit more variety. But
I see.
yeah.
So we've talked about this a lot. We wanted to do another Island Ride Park tour.
Yeah.
If we had to do 5 bike parks in Australia, where should we go?
Well, you can cross Medina off the list because they just turned this off.
So are they like lift access?
Ideally.
Okay. So I do Boomers. Well, there's not that many lift access bike parks there.
Well, tour's off.
Yeah. I'd say Boomers. There's one called Threadbow,
Oh, yeah.
but it's got like just a handful of trails, and then Medina. But I would just there's a lot of great places to ride that aren't so much lift access. There's a place called Bright that's really good, that does have a shuttle. So
That works.
yeah. But yeah, it's Australia doesn't have a lot of ski hills because it's kind of hot down there, so they don't have many lifts. Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. The only
Yeah.
reason chairlifts exist is because of skiing, not because of bike parks.
It's not a real sport. That's why. Oh shit. Fuck.
Is it true that everything in Australia is trying to kill you?
We did see some snakes, tiger snakes. Saw a brown snake.
Tiger snakes.
Yeah, they're basically just black, but some of them have kind of tiger stripes on them. Yeah, they're just chilling on the trail. They don't really do anything. Like they'll run away. Yeah, but I did look up on because Australians are really nervous about bears. They hear we're from Canada. They're like, oh my god, the bears, and
While they're getting punched in the face by a kangaroo.
kangaroos were chill.
Okay.
unless you try to fight one, I guess. But no, I looked up on Wikipedia like bear deaths versus in North America versus snake deaths in Australia. There's more snake deaths in Australia than there are bear deaths in North
Of
America.
course.
Yeah. But I think that
makes
the issue
all
is
kinds
if
of
you get
sense.
bit by a snake, you just go to the hospital, right? Because they'll have anti-venom or whatever. But if you're like out in the bush somewhere and you can't get the anti-venom, then you're in trouble. Yeah. But usually you're close to civilization when you're on a mountain bike.
I'm personally pro venom, but
You would.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, we should go, guys.
okay.
Right now?
Yep.
All
Well,
right.
it's winter there now, right?
Yeah, but it depends where you go. If you go to Cairns,
Wait, how do you say that?
Cairns?
Cairns?
Carnes?
Cairns? Maybe
Like-
it's Cairns.
I thought when I first heard it, because they just put through on Crankworks there. I thought they were
Yeah.
saying Cannes, like the Cannes
I
Film
don't-
Festival.
I'm probably butchering it.
Canes. Do you know what we're talking about, Dave?
Yes.
How do you say it?
Cain.
Cairns. It looks like Karens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
It's always
it's,
asking to talk to the manager.
I think it's dry season there right now, so if you went there, you'd be good to go. But when we were there, like kind of their summer, that's kind of rainy season in Cairns.
Cans.
What the hell is that?
Okay, we got the pronunciation.
Cans?
Sounds like KEHRNZ.
let Alonzo play it.
Go for it.
Play it.
Karens.
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 Dude, there's
But
no
wait,
way
yeah,
that's
it's-
right if you're from Cairns.
Yeah.
A lot of the Australian pronunciations are not that intuitive. Like if you look up Brisbane, if as a Westerner you'd read it as Brisbane.
What the hell?
Doesn't that read Brisbane? But it's Brisbane. Yeah. Anyways, there's a few like that in Australia.
Go with.
Wait, bit of a topic change. Can you type in YouTube pronunciation Chipotle? Sorry, this conversation made me think of this YouTube channel called Pronunciation Manual.
Yeah.
Do you know the one? Wait, yeah, 3 down. So this is how to pronounce Chipotle on a YouTube channel.
Sean Toodle.
Oh yeah, I love this.
On Toodle.
Go to the channel, go to like most viewed.
I'm really crossed up.
They have hundreds of videos and it's just mispronunciations. How many thousands of dollars?
They must have one for chaos.
Here's how to pronounce PMS. What is this? But no, you click the worst video. There you go. Go back.
Here worse off.
Justin Bieber. Hit Justin Bieber. How to pronounce Justin Bieber?
Juggy Brodeltein. Juggy Brodeltein.
I see the world wildly and in wild ways.
When you see a YouTube channel like this, do you get angry at how easy it could have been if you just decided to do something like this on YouTube instead of going for mountain bike rides and exerting yourself?
Not particularly. I'm sure they've got like thousands of videos and only a few of them have gone crazy.
Go to the about page. What's their overall views?
6.
6. How many? 215 million?
That's actually not that high.
But how many is if you click production or search production manual, it'll tell you how many videos they have.
Or a pronunciation manual?
Yeah.
So they probably made a good like 200 grand at least on ads.
You sure about that?
So I'm not sure about that.
You sure about that?
It's a guesstimate.
Why?
It's a
What does it say
guesstimate.
there?
I don't know. Nobody knows. People think they know. All those YouTube videos where it's like you wanted to know, do you want to know how much this YouTuber makes? Watch this video, and they talk in depth. They break someone's salary down. Does anybody really know?
Oh yeah, how many videos is that? 480.
Like cum shot?
Yeah. Oh,
400.
so they made a lot of videos, but I don't know. It's definitely good for them for kind of figuring out a little niche and going with it.
Is one of your most frequently asked questions, how do you make money on YouTube? Or how much money do you make on YouTube? Do people ask you that a lot?
Not really. I think they're often more surprised that we are full-time and this is our main source of income.
How long have you been full-time?
5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So once we moved into the van, our cost of living went way down. So it was pretty easy to just go full-time YouTube. So yeah.
That's wild. And then you left the video game industry for YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but I was very keen. Like I had been working on YouTube for a year while I had a job in games, and I was, well, partially because I was doing YouTube. I was like, I saw this alternative lifestyle that I really wanted. So I was getting really sick of games, but at the same time, I was also getting really sick of games for sure. Because I'd been doing it for 18 years or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, no, like I basically graduated from high school and went straight into my career. So I was pretty over it by then, I think. Yeah.
So were you involved in any video games that we may have played?
Yeah, probably. Need for Speed.
Oh, yeah.
Underground and Underground 2. Yeah. And then
No way, pull it up.
the
Riders
very
in the
last
Storm.
game I worked on was Age of Empires 4.
Whoa.
That actually I left while that was still in production.
Doing what? Like making backgrounds and characters and buildings?
Yeah,
you
that
said?
one I was making buildings.
Buildings.
Yeah.
So like little shacks and like what's in Age of Empires?
Yeah,
I only know Diablo.
castles. Just
Shacks.
just a game of shacks.
A lot of love shacks.
Castles and you know all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Have you played Diablo?
I think I played a little bit of the first one. Yeah. Bit too much of a grind for me, I think. But yeah.
New Diablo just came out. It's so funny. I watched the last UFC on the weekend, and there's a huge Diablo 4 print on the Octagon.
Wow.
It's just what an odd place to advertise a video game.
Did you see the Times Square ad?
Yes.
That was like, "Welcome to Hell, New York," and it was during New York's smoky day.
Oh, no
But it was
way.
a Diablo 4 ad.
Yeah.
It's very ironic.
Very.
Pull that up.
That was amazing marketing by them.
Amazing marketing.
Yeah.
They lit a fire in Quebec and blew all that smoke over. It's pretty good.
Oh, so it wasn't a coincidence. They like it wasn't a coincidence that ad ran during the wildfire.
I'm not sure how
I
that
think it
would
was
have
a
worked.
coincidence.
but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the sky was orange in New York.
Well, they may have changed
my God.
the typography on that image or something.
No, that
just
looks
to make
accurate.
It suit the background, but yeah, they probably had that booked way in advance.
Yeah, I would imagine.
They could have changed the message though. To your point,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
could have just been like, "Play our video game." That's how you market, right?
Yeah.
Wait, Eric.
Stop! Please let me go! Please let me go first! I'm doing something!
Guys,
What do you mean, guys? It's Dave.
Dave, these sound bites, these Tim Robinson sound bites are like 6 seconds long. What the
It
hell?
doesn't say on the website how long they are, so I just gotta press it and hope it's good.
I was going to play less than 15 seconds of a song, and you got to tell me what game it's from.
Uh-oh.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 7.
Here I am, doing everything I can.
Well, it's Riders on the Storm, but I have no idea what game it was in.
You have no idea?
Do you have clearance for this one?
You can
Is
do
it
little,
Underground?
little hits.
Underground 2.
Okay. Yeah, when you work on games, you don't actually play them.
What?
Really?
Well, you're so burnt out on it by the end, you don't really want to play them. So
There's
like
just no joy.
It's like making videos. You don't actually watch your own stuff.
yeah, you watch it once and then that's it.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. You knew that.
I only knew that.
Cool.
I'll just go fuck myself.
What's the best video game of all time, Eric?
Best video game?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big Zelda fan.
Oh, awesome.
So I don't know. It's hard to tell, but because you look at the past with rose-colored glasses, but Ocarina of Time was massive for me. Yeah, it kind of blew my mind. The N64 was huge for me. So GoldenEye and Mario 64, I really love those games. We played hours and hours of GoldenEye after school at a friend's place. So yeah, great game.
We played it not long ago. We had it in the studio here, and
It
people
did not
get.
hold up, did it?
I think it's fun.
Okay.
I think it's super fun, but
GoldenEye does not hold up.
No.
It's just the frame rate problems, I think. But didn't they re-release it or something?
Yeah, they probably made, I think they made like a new version.
Well,
Yeah, on the Switch, was it? I kick ass in it still, so that's why I think it's fun. Everybody just gets pissed off. I camp there with Golden Gun every time.
I find it's also, there's like a lot of time where you're just like looking for people and everything kind of looks the same. It's all just poorly rendered environments. And you're like, is this a wall or the sky? I can't tell.
But I feel like Mario 64 holds up pretty good. And Zelda is not as strong, but I think it still holds up pretty well too.
Well, there are games that are intentionally stylized where GoldenEye's trying to, represent some sort of reality.
Yeah.
So it's harder to hold up.
I think the frame rate problems were a big problem for modern gamers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Breath of the
running
Wild.
at like 10 frames a second in multiplayer, like it's pretty bad.
It's like very chunky.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is so amazing. Like you said that Zelda probably doesn't hold up. The old Zeldas, I probably agree because the new games are so good. And I'm like halfway through this. It's taken me so long, and I just can't stop thinking that Jason claims that he 100%ed that game.
I did. What do you mean claim?
That's
Breath of the Wild?
insane.
Yeah.
You got all the Koroks?
I did.
Oh my god.
It was when
you had too much time in your hands.
Exactly. I'm like, how? I've been playing this game for so long. I have 50 of those Koroks.
It was when I broke my ankle, so I had nothing but
okay.
time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Wow, you guys feel bad now, don't you?
No, I don't feel bad. I'm like, what was I doing when Jason was playing this game? Because I'm proud of him. Let me just put that out there. I'm proud of Jason.
Broken ankle.
Yeah. Although I heard in the new one there's more Koroks.
Oh, is there?
More.
So what's a Korok?
All right, pull it up. You got to pull it up. YouTube Korok, Korok or
Are you
something
sure
like
you
that.
don't mean Turok?
No, Korok.
Pronounced
Dinosaur
charcuterie.
hunter.
Korok. They're basically these little characters that you just find. They do nothing, more or less.
You do get a reward
Yeah.
for 100 of them?
But they have leaf. They have leaf faces.
Yep. Are they all unique? Is every single one unique?
No.
Well, every leaf is unique.
Anyways, you.
In Breath of the Wild, they give you like a seed, and if you collect enough seeds, you can expand your inventory.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's like on a
Games.
square scale or whatever. So you give them 2 seeds and you get an expanded point, but then the next is 4 and then 8 and then 16. And so it gets really ramps up to maximum year. Whose fun was that?
Dave!
Dave just finished torrenting Need for Speed.
Oh, yeah!
Anyways, back to the claim. You 100%ed that. But you used a guide.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I still wonder, what was your strategy? Like, were you reading the guide and going line by line, following everything? Because it's still a massive undertaking to get all 900 of those things. Like, the map is gigantic. Like, you're going all over the place to find those things.
Correct.
You just didn't do shit for like 4 months.
I had it just like up on my computer, and then I would just like one by one go like.
Okay, all right. So I see what kind of gamer you are, Eric. How do
He's
you
a
approach Zelda?
screen watcher style.
Oh, well, I did do similar what Jay. I got to like 300 Koroks or something. But there was an online map. So someone had made a map online that you could just like see where they all were. And I think even record which ones you'd gotten. I'm not sure, but
I think this rings a bell. I think I was using that.
yeah.
Okay.
But right now I'm playing whatever it's called, the new one.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I'm just like, it's an open world game, so I'm just like going in random directions, and sometimes I'll find enemies that are way beyond me at that point of the game, and then you'll backtrack and go find some other thing to do. And yeah, it's a good adventure game. And then maybe at the end when I'm kind of completed the whole map, I'll go back and start looking for Koroks or something.
My God, that's when you have too much time on your hands.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. Yeah.
Jason would though.
Just break your ankle and you'll have so much time.
No. Yo, yeah, we love to talk about injuries on this podcast. I wanted to ask you, you have this mental block on jumps and whatever. Is there some big injury that you had that kind of started that?
Yeah, so
fear?
it's funny because I have these mental blocks and jumps and drops, but I've never really injured myself on those features. It's
What is
he is downloading
Zelda? You just downloaded Ocarina of Time, dude? Are you serious?
So yeah, I always crash on low speed features. So like I broke both scaphoids doing like some really slow janky move and going over the bars and go hands out. And so yeah, I don't know why I'm afraid of big features.
Both scaphoids.
Both hands, wrists at the same time?
Different times.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is that painful, the scaphoid?
It's not that painful. It's actually more of a surprise.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't think it's broken. Then you go to the hospital, like, yeah, it's broken. Like, no. It's the worst thing. It's not the worst thing to break, but it's not a great one to break because it has a poor blood supply. And also when they put the cast on, they restrict your thumb. So you can't actually use your thumb.
I think I have a broken scaphoid right now.
Right now?
I think there's a good chance. And I think it's maybe been broken for like 3 years. Is this a possibility or?
Oh, have you like done the snuff box test? There's like this hole in your wrist that you push into.
Oh God.
And if it hurts when you push in there, then you might have a broken scaphoid.
It does not hurt.
Okay.
It does not hurt.
Yeah.
But I basically fell over. I went endo over my handlebars downtown at night over a staircase and yard sailed everything on my back in front of everybody in a little square. And I destroyed my phone. Phone was like bent in half, and so was my wrist. And it's never been the same.
Maybe did you get it x-rayed?
No.
Well, maybe you should do that.
I should probably do that. Do you have that technology on your iPhone?
No,
or Apple
but
Vision
I can
Pro?
call the hospital and get them to pick you up if you like.
Thanks, Dad. I would appreciate that. Thanks, Dad.
The scaphoid is kind of not a good. And a lot of people, they'll break it and they don't know it's broken, and they'll just go like you for 3 years not knowing it's broken. And why is my wrist sore, kind of thing.
My jankiness is actually on this side.
Okay, that's not your scaphoid.
What is this?
That's-
This is my leg.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
That's on the opposite
I'll go to the
side
hospital.
of your wrist. Yeah, the scaphoid's here, below your thumb.
Okay. And what do you call this test?
A snuff box test, I think?
Snuff box. This is where you do
A snuffleupagus?
snuff.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
What do you wait?
Maybe
what are
Alonzo
you
can
defining
Google
as
it.
snuff?
Snuff is like what? Like
Cocaine?
isn't it like tobacco or something? What is it? What's the stuff in little tins?
Oh, snooze.
Snooze.
You put that in your lip.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. So then what is? Am I onto something here? Snuff is like a powder, and you sniff it out of that little crevice in your hand.
I think you're just thinking because the word sniff.
Okay. Well, snuff, sniff, snooze.
Oh, hold on.
Google
A type
goggle.
of smokeless tobacco that is made of finely ground or shredded tobacco leaves. Snuff.
Do you snort it?
Oh, okay.
Snuff. Wait, is this
Snorted or sniffed into the anal cavity, into
Oh!
the nasal cavity, delivering swift hit of nicotine.
Okay.
Is this this? Yeah. Is this
There
the
you
stuff that they have at Oktoberfest that people are like
No.
openly sniffing, but it looks like cocaine, but it's not? It's just like a menthol thing.
No. I think that's a different thing. That's called. It also starts with an S.
Google it.
So you're right. Alonzo it said the depression was used to hold snuff or whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that could hold some snuff.
Yeah. What is that drug? The odd Oktoberfest drug. What is? I can't read. What do we call it? Click it. Stop reading headlines. Okay.
That's quite the picture.
Sneeberg.
Sneeberg.
That's what it's been called to my friends.
Here it says Weissencox.
Weissen.
Oktoberfest cocaine.
Cox. Yeah, you heard this? Have you ever been to an Oktoberfest?
No.
Neither have I. Do you enjoy beer? Are you a big beer guy?
Yeah, I enjoy beer. But I've been getting into wine more lately because we spent a month and a half on this vineyard in Tasmania, and they just kept giving us wine, and we're like, oh, this is pretty good. And I don't get as hungover from wine either, I find.
Really?
Yeah.
So sugary.
Depends what
It
kind
might
of wine.
depend on the quality of the wine. I don't know. But
Jason just goes to the shelf, finds the cheapest he can find.
Is Skinny Bitch a good wine?
Yeah, margarita. Is that a wine?
if it
Wait, it's
comes in
not
a
called
box,
Skinny
it's a good
Bitch,
wine.
is it? Skinny Girl or something?
I don't know.
But it's funnier.
Hey, how's life going as a YouTuber?
Good. Yeah. Right now, I'm pretty happy, and I've had a couple highs and lows. Yeah. Right now, it's good because we've had a lot of people have contacted us to make sponsored videos for them,
Cool.
and so actually, I have a huge backlog of content I need to edit. But we did this race in Tanzania called the K2N. It's like a 4-day stage race at the bottom of Mount Kilimanjaro. And it was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever done on a bike. It was, once you get down the mountain, there's elephants and giraffes and zebras running around, and you're just riding past them on your bike. And then this is also the kind of the homeland of the Maasai people. So they're kind of, I don't know how you would describe them, but they're basically a people that live in the area, and they're just so stoked to see you going by, and just really friendly people. At one point we had 30 or 40 kids just we rode by and they just mobbed us. They're just giving them high fives and fist bumps, and I can't wait to edit that video. It's just going to be, it was such a good experience. Yeah. So I recommend anybody to go do that stage race, or just go to Tanzania. It's such an amazing place. Yeah.
Did you fist bump any giraffes?
No.
And you come in contact with any animals?
Not real.
Nothing trying to kill you.
The Maasai people, they're still herders. So they herd their goats and cows and stuff. So you're often riding through these big herds of goats and stuff. But as for wild animals, we saw a dead snake. But,
Ooh,
yeah.
exotic.
But lots of interesting birds and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, it's really, I can't wait. It's really even hard to describe how it went, because it's just so fluid and just a big cultural experience. So I can't wait to show the video to people, because it's just going to be, I think a lot of people want to go do the race after.
Sorry, go for it, Jason.
When did you do it?
2 weeks ago.
Holy
So
crap.
we've been back in Canada for like a week now, and then we came straight from that race.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
I was pretty jet lagged when we came back.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But no, I'm pretty good now. Last night I was falling asleep. Like we were watching that Tour de France show or something on Netflix, and I was just like, oh, yeah. But yeah, go to Tanzania, guys. It's amazing.
What's it like? Because you've ridden in some pretty remote areas now, BC and beyond. Like, is that ever in the back of your mind? Like, how do I get out of here if I crash? Or is that stage race pretty good?
Mountain biking is often fairly close to civilization, but there are some, like in the Chilcotins, where I usually ride with friends. So if you're with somebody, you're probably in a pretty good position to get out of there. We did do like this hike in northern BC to these hot springs, and that was a place that nobody goes because nobody wants to disclose where these hot springs are. So we did get like a Garmin InReach just for that hike, and so we would have had the ability to basically call for help. Yeah, but like in this race in Tanzania, I did it with Yuka, and there's other people doing the race too. And there's a sweeper as well, so they would have probably found us. We did go off course a few times because we were like, oh, there's animals over there, let's go there. But it's just like a big open plain, so they probably would have found us.
But you were racing?
So you could race it. We treated it more as like an adventure. So we just kind of cruised through, and we stopped and talked to the locals and all this stuff. And yeah, it was more of an adventure for us. The last 2 days I did race the start of the stages just because for me, it was like, oh, racing's fun and let's do a bit of this. But I was riding with Yuka because you have to ride in teams. So I was riding with Yuka. So at the next feed station, I would just wait for her there and watch everybody cruise by. But nice. Yeah.
Did you guys rent a van? I don't know if you already mentioned this. Did you rent a van in Australia?
Yeah, we bought one.
Oh, you bought one?
Yeah. Well, because if you rent one for 6 months, because we were there for 6 months, it's really expensive. But if you buy one, then you sell it after, and it only costs like you just lose the difference you make in the cost of buying it, you know. So we lost like 3,000 or something because we sold it in like low season and we bought it in high season.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than because you could spend $3,000 a month on a van if you rented one. So yeah.
So was that van not as good as yours?
Yeah, it was not as good.
What was it missing?
Shower, proper cooktop.
Smell you.
It was also a bit
Great
lower.
drop.
You could stand up in it, but I couldn't stand up in it, like stand up straight kind of thing. So, but it was fine for 6 months. Like, and you know, Australia's quite warm, so insulation wasn't a problem or anything like that, or heater or whatever. So, yeah. But it was nice to come back to our van in Canada for sure. But for us, it's like we're on an adventure and we can suffer for a bit just to, you know, be able to do this.
Van aside, is van life better in Australia or Canada?
It might be better in Australia. Like, it's very common. Like, I read a stat that like, I don't know, like 1 in 6 or something Australians have some kind of RV or camper van. And a lot of smaller towns, they want you to come there. So they'll just open up their local soccer field or cricket pitch or whatever to just let you camp there for a couple of days. And yeah, they just want people to come. So there's lots of free camping. And then surfing's a big thing. So if you go to the beaches, there's often showers at the beaches. So yeah, I'd say it might be a little easier in Australia. Yeah. But it's easy here too. Like, yeah, you can just park wherever, and most of the time people don't bother you. Yeah.
Yeah. What about when people do bother you? You ever been kicked out of a spot? Or
yeah, a couple times.
Any crazies? Any Karens? Cons?
Anyone trying to break in?
I think the cops have been called on us before. So like I remember in Bentonville, we kind of parked in a spot we knew was going to be a little bit obvious, And then in the morning, the cops showed up, but we just like pretend there's nobody in the vehicle and just keep sleeping and while they're knocking on the van.
Is that the move? You just
That's our move now.
How are your nerves when that's happening?
I get a little. I'm getting better at it, but you're a little tense when that's like for a couple hours after that. You're just a little bit high strung after that, but I know it's better than talking to the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. You just yeah, I feel like in North America, van life's a little bit more vilified, like especially around Squamish or whatever. Whereas in Australia, people are so Australians are so chill, dude. Like it's really nice to be in Australia because everybody's so friendly and they don't really care what you're doing, Whereas in North America, people are like getting in your business more, kind of thing. And yeah.
Did you eat the Vegemite?
We did a little bit. It's just really salty. You got to put it on really super thin. That's the key. Yeah.
How do you describe the flavor? Just salty?
I think it's super salty. Yeah.
Yeah. You had it? No, Dave? No?
I've not.
Jason, you like it?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, I agree. It's super salty.
Yeah,
Just
you have to grow up with it, I think.
I wish we had some right now. We could do a taste test.
Have you ever had a Twiglet?
No.
They're like little pretzel snacks from England, and they're really salty, but they're kind of bitter, but they're kind of intoxicating to eat.
What's the snack game down in Australia? Are they missing? Do they have ketchup chips?
No.
Classic Canadian snack.
I'm not sure if I saw that, but they definitely have salt and vinegar chips, which in the States is a little bit harder to find in Canada. But
we had an Australian skateboarder join us for a project. Her name is Shizi, and she was drinking Dr. Pepper like crazy because it's marked up in Australia. I guess it's probably like $5-6 a can. I don't know if this is true. Don't know if this is true at all.
$5 or $6 a Karen.
I went to a grocery store in Australia, and in the international aisle, they had a American section, and they had in the American section they had Captain Crunch, which I thought was pretty. Yeah.
So did you buy it?
No.
Did you want to wreck the roof of your mouth?
Basically, yeah.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, it's
they're really sharp.
It's really sharp. It's not worth it.
God, I love sugary cereal.
I prefer Frosted Flakes or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Those are my faves.
What's your kitchen game in the van? Is cooking up a storm
here in BC?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got just a propane cooktop in there and fridge, and we if we built the van again, we put an oven in for sure. Yeah, just so you can I don't know. Yuka really wants to be able to make cookies and bread and stuff in an oven, but we don't have one, so we would put that in next time for sure.
What do you guys eat the most in the van?
Well, Yuka's Japanese, so she loves rice, so we eat a lot of rice for sure. So lots of like Japanese dishes like chicken karaage and what else? She just made some like onigiri. So basically those rice balls. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we eat a lot of Japanese food actually. Yeah, it's good because I like Japanese food.
You guys ever rented a van in Japan?
We did. Yeah, before I quit my job, we went to Japan for like 2 months, and yeah, we rented a van in Japan and just
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
van in Japan.
Yeah, well, you guys went to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
Yeah, I love.
We were watching your video, I think, learning about some of the mountain bike parks.
Yeah, it's fun there, but yeah, there's not a ton of riding, but I don't know, it was good. You guys went to Fuji-ten, right?
Yep.
The dirt there was so good.
Yes.
It's just like volcanic dirt. It's just like the best. Because we went to in Rotorua, they had that volcanic dirt as well, and it's just like the best dirt you could ride because it doesn't brake bump. It brake bumps a little bit, but it's just like super grippy in all conditions. So it could be raining super hard, and it's just amazing dirt.
Any plans to go back?
We were actually going to go back last fall, but Yuka had just broken her tailbone at Sun Peaks.
Oh.
And
That was like the gnarliest
Was that
crash.
the big crash?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to pull that one up. We
Yeah.
gotta pull it up.
Oh,
This is the best crash.
that one makes me a bit emotional.
Oh,
But
gosh. Should we not play it?
Yeah. She overshot this jump by a lot and landed in the berm and then kind of landed on a log behind the berm and then just like broke her tail. I was super worried because I thought she had broken her back or something. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
Big launch.
so she couldn't ride in Japan. It didn't make a lot of sense for me to go with her because she was just going to be injured and hanging out with family the whole time. And I don't speak Japanese, so it didn't make a lot of sense. So I just stayed home and rode Whistler. Yeah. But yeah, we definitely want to go back for sure because for one, just the food is amazing in Japan.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we should collab in Japan. Let's send 500 emails to the Japan Tourism Board this afternoon, maybe. And split it up, 150 each.
It's a
Get their
good way to
attention.
go for sure. Yeah.
Should we not watch that video, the crash? Should we avoid this?
Yeah, if you want to watch it.
How do we find it?
Sun
Just
Peaks.
search Vangirl Yuka crash or something like that.
How did you meet Yuka?
In New Zealand. So I was on maybe that was my first experience in a camper van. I was driving a camper van in New Zealand and she was working
That's it.
in TNL and we met on a hike called Milford Trek. So there's a famous hike on the South Island, New Zealand. And we just hung out every day and yeah, I managed to convince her to come with me in my van and she quit her job and joined me. Yeah.
Did you have candy and puppies?
Just Zelda and a...
I got worms.
Oh yeah, this is.
So Yuka has her own YouTube channel, and this video is on her channel. What is it? Vangirl Yuka?
Vangirl Yuka, yeah.
Yuka's funny too. She's got a good sense of humor.
Trail at Sun Peaks, step up jump. Yuka is coming in very
This
fast.
is a big jump. This is a big jump.
So yeah, this is. I think she's recapping it here, but yeah.
This isn't good. Yeah, that's
I rode with a fan here, and the fan completely ate shit at the bottom, right before the lip, and
weird.
blew up their helmet.
Jeez. Yeah, this.
Whoa! The arm blows off. She goes over it.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible.
I think they changed the trail, and I think this jump doesn't work properly.
Look at the shadow.
Anymore. Because she just rolled in from a complete stop and then overshot it that badly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't think that. I hope they changed it.
And you were there filming at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, she just went for it. So
Your reaction to her flying over the berm was kind of funny. Oh, Yuka.
Yeah.
It's like you
'Cause
you see her sending it all the time.
She is quite fearless, and I feel like I want to hold her back a little bit. I want her to think about what she's doing a bit more. And in Whistler, you can pretty much just send it and be okay, but not every bike park is like that. Mm-hmm. And so this one, you kind of have to have a little bit of intuition about what you're doing, So, yeah. But I was super scared for her. I was glad to find out it was only the tailbone and not her back, because it was pretty close to hitting her lower back.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is that one of the gnarliest accidents you've been around on the trail?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember others, but that one I definitely remember quite clearly. Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like we're just bringing up all this trauma on you this episode. It's like,
how did that do views wise though?
Yes.
Oh, that one was, so we can talk about that because it blew up, and then YouTube demonetized it and it just flatlined.
Why? Because it was like an injury.
I think it might have been. I'm not sure. It might have been too graphic or something like that. Because she did show a bit of blood on her butt at some point, but we went through and like blurred it all out. I have a contact at YouTube that I contacted, and she helped us get it remonetized. But after a week of demonetization, it wasn't the same. And I feel like in these situations, they know there's something wrong with the video, but they're trying to make the creator happy, and then YouTube is not promoting it somehow. But Yeah.
We're gonna need that.
It was really frustrating because this was like by far going to be her biggest video ever.
Yeah.
And then at 100K views, it just turned the tap off. Yeah.
No way. So how many views does it have now?
120 maybe.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, it was like 100K views in a day or something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Do either of you have TikTok?
No. Well, someone is impersonating me on TikTok.
Oh, great.
No way.
Yeah.
What? Someone just ripping your videos and uploading?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but they had like probably 10, 15 videos of mine up there, or at least clips from them. So
And how are they doing?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying too much attention.
Okay.
But I tried to like get it taken down, but TikTok did not respond to any of my requests. So.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do we want to say to this person if they're listening?
I was just going to say that. Stop.
Yeah.
Would you stop stealing videos and uploading them?
I also
Or at
want the
least
username because they took the handle too. So
Guarantee
yeah,
you it's a teenage boy.
probably. Yeah.
That
I was going to say elderly woman.
Happened to a friend of ours, and then this friend, he found who the kid was and said he was going to like go to the parents and do all this shit, and the kid freaked out and
Oh, okay.
yeah, gave it up.
And then I did.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. I should,
You could do some sleuthing, I bet.
yeah. But yeah, it would be good to just have the handle, but I don't know if I really want to. I'm really bad at these like Instagram and stuff. Like I'm like I have no motivation to post on Instagram. I just want to post like a full story on YouTube and be able to, have something of substance.
Yeah, it's the eternal frustration is doing the marketing side, which is all it really is.
How did you come up with the name?
BCpov?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I created a list of like 30, 40 names, and that one really stuck out to me.
Oh.
I don't know.
Do you remember any of the other names?
Oh, I don't. Maybe I have a list somewhere, but I'm not
British Columbia point of view. Long form.
If you're not in
Yeah.
BC, do you ever cross out the BC and be like Australia POV or?
I did. I did that joke in Alberta once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it AB POV?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like hand scribbled it. Like, yeah.
That's awesome.
You don't remember any other alternative titles of the channel?
It was like 6 years ago.
Okay.
So I don't remember. Yeah.
All right. Well, so we only discussed for 2 months what we should call this podcast. It was between feeding off each other. Oh, wait, we decided not to reveal the names, the alternate names, in case people like them more.
I think we already talked about it like last week, didn't we? Or was that just we were just talking?
No, it was
amongst
just in
ourselves?
person. It was just
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was a secret chat.
Oh, it's too late now. It's not changing, so we can say the other ones if you want. I don't care.
No, we'll never reveal them.
Okay.
They're secret forever.
Off each other.
No. Oh my God. What was
What's
that?
happening?
Do people ever have a trouble saying the name? They go like, "What's BCpov?" Big or something.
Some people see BCpov. Probably because of the way I have it written on my. So I do uppercase BC and then lowercase POV.
Oh.
Just to kind of differentiate that they're two different phrases, I guess. But yeah, some people say BCpov, but I usually say it enough in the videos that people know how to say it. If you're Japanese, it's a little tricky because the V sound is hard for Japanese. So Yuka, her channel is Van Girl Yuka, but she has trouble saying the V in Van. So yeah, she says it more of a B sound. Yeah,
BCPOB.
something like that.
Okay.
It would be like V or something like that.
Lee.
Yeah.
Can we look up the BCPOV YouTube channel for a sec? Your arrows game is unbelievable. Like the arrows that you're creating in each of your thumbnails now.
Yeah. Well, the
Best arrows in the game.
The arrows work, so that's why I make them. But yeah, I don't know. You just get the path tool out in Photoshop and just draw a nice arrow. But part of it's because I have this background in video games, so I can work in Photoshop and I have a decent sense of what stuff should look like in 3D. So yeah.
Should we settle the debate? Because we
Yeah.
had Skills with Phil on the podcast like a year ago now, and he said he was very, very cool claim, was the first mountain bike YouTuber to use arrows.
I may have actually suggested that he was the pioneer, and he said, "I'll take that. I'll take that."
Okay.
So he didn't dispute it.
Yeah, he didn't dispute it, but it didn't originally come from him.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like you were early on the
Interesting.
arrows, though,
No, the arrow is such a basic thing that I'm sure someone used it.
But it's a
Yeah,
YouTube
but
in general.
terms of these like really hand-drawn arrows, or just like a clip art arrow pasted on top.
Yeah, but Eric, I agree. The arrows are like a basic YouTube thing, but there was a point in mountain biking culture on YouTube when it was like everybody started doing the arrow,
Right.
and nobody was doing that, right?
Yeah. I think the other thing that I've noticed is the way people are titling their videos now in the mountain bike space.
What, like, yeah, what do you-
Like I try to create a title with some kind of intrigue or add a bit of mystery to the title. Whereas in the past I would be like, for example, I built a whale tail. I would just say that, but I would probably title it something like, I didn't know building a whale tail would be this hard, or something like that. You know, just add a bit of intrigue in there. And then I also feel like the text in the thumbnail should kind of add a little bit more information. You shouldn't repeat the same information. So you add a little bit more information. That may also add a little bit more intrigue and just tell a little bit more of the story. Yeah.
Can you sort by most popular? What's the best thumbnail you have on your channel? What's the go-to?
Well, probably my most popular videos, maybe it's a pretty decent thumbnail, but it's probably a better title than a thumbnail.
The weirdest bike park.
Yeah. And then
11 million views 3 years ago.
The text in the thumb is weird but awesome. So it adds a bit of like, it completes the story a little bit.
And you want to find out what's the weirdest bike park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Isn't that one in Burns Lake?
No, that's Santa's Village. There's a Santa's Village in San Bernardino in LA.
Yeah. That is a weird bike park.
It is really odd. Yeah. So you walk in and you get into the Santa's Village, and then you go ride and shred some awesome laps or something. Yeah.
Santa's Village? So like
it's
Christmas themed?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have tourists going up there just to go see Santa 365 days a year. But then it's also a mountain bike park that you can. It's funny because they have a pricing issue, right? Because it's like really expensive to ride there for a day, but it makes sense for the one person that's going to go see Santa. So it's like $50 something to ride there, and you don't get an uplift. But then they also have Santa there, so you can go see. Yeah, it's a very, very weird, odd place, but the riding's quite good. Yeah.
Hey Alonzo, go to our channel real quick. Mahalo, my dude. Eric, would you critique our thumbnails? Your thumbnails are so amazing. We need to learn from you. You're doing well. We got to be better out here.
I feel like first lesson of the first one is that we're saying the same thing in the title, in the thumbnail, basically.
Very redundant.
Yeah, that's true.
Eric. Go off.
Your titles your thumbs are getting better because you're using a lot of that more blue sky in the background. It makes the image pop a lot more. I have done that fair bit in the past because you need this like visual contrast. But if you go to your Whistler opening weekend one, it's not as easy to read that image compared to the one next to it.
So we do A/B testing, and we had another one with a blue background, and according to the numbers, this one performed slightly better. Although I don't agree that it's a better picture, though.
Is it not still running?
We need to swap that back. That one's freaking awful. Even Eric said it.
It's still running.
This is good. This is good. Keep going.
This is good radio.
But it's just
Jesus, thumbnail talk. I just watched the viewership go down.
Hey man, there's a lot of people out there trying to create YouTube channels. They're just soaking in the wisdom right now. Okay?
Tens of people.
There's a master.
Tens of people, yeah. But it's you just have to not take it emotionally or personally, and you just have to think about it logically. And yeah, if that thumbnail is doing better than the one with the blue background, then you should use that one. But maybe there needs to be a third thumbnail. I don't know.
Yeah. ABC testing.
Yeah, but it's It's so important. And I almost think the title's more important than the thumbnail even.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to write a really compelling title in under 50 characters.
Do you change your titles?
I have, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I feel like a video is underperforming or whatever. Part of me is like, I'm like, oh, I'm done with this video. Let's just leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it there, and I'm on to the next thing already. But
do you think doesn't retitling a video do something with the indexing and how it gets found in YouTube and like put yourself at a disadvantage?
Well, nobody really knows, but I feel like it might. Yeah.
Yeah. Does
because
anybody
people
know?
have retitled like videos that are, months old, and then all of a sudden they'll pick up. Yeah. But yeah, I imagine YouTube, it would be smart for them to just do a little bit of testing again if something changes about the video. But I don't know, who knows? It's all a black box, and part of me is just I'm content that it is a black box, and a lot of people get really frustrated by the algorithm and like, oh, I'm getting screwed by YouTube. I'm like, well, I think YouTube's pretty honest in how they, distribute videos and things like that. So
I also think a lot of people just don't want to admit that they made maybe not the greatest video.
Mm-hmm.
it's
yeah.
Just make good stuff and the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for me. Like, I put way more effort into learning storytelling and editing and titling and thumbnails than trying to game the algorithm. Like, it's just not. Like, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating your audience if you're just trying to trick them into watching a video kind of thing, So
when did that shift happen? Because BCpov obviously started off as a POV biking channel.
Yeah.
Now there's not that much. There's a lot of POV, but there's a lot of third person shots. So
yeah,
there's definitely been an evolution in your channel.
Yeah. Well, thanks for noticing. I feel like a lot of people, they just think POV and they just do POV footage, but and even after they're watching the videos, they still think it's just POV. But no, I just want every video to be better than the next or than the last. And so it's just this kind of endless staircase that you have to keep going up. And so I'm quite motivated to constantly improve my craft and all that. So yeah, it started as POV, but I think a big tipping point was that hardest trail in the world video, where I felt like I needed to explain why I was doing so terribly on this trail. So I did my first ever voiceover on that trail, and then the video blew up. And so I'm like, well, yeah, there's definitely something to this voiceover thing. But obviously, I, like everybody else, is influenced by other people on YouTube. So like, you watch Seth at Burn Peak and you're like, well, this guy makes amazing videos. I definitely have something to learn from him. So I definitely, included some of his, storytelling, voiceover type stuff, and, third person camera stuff. And yeah, it's just lots of influencers from everywhere, and you just want to get better. So I don't know. I think you guys probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just got to get better.
Just get better.
Yeah. Where do you feel like, I'm guessing that you sometimes feel like you know exactly what you're doing on YouTube, and there's other times where the reality does not meet the expectations, the views don't meet your expectations, and you have a feeling like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this true?
Definitely in the past, I'm growing a bit more of a thick skin to it, but in the past, like, oh man, this is going to be a great video. This is going to do super well. And then and on YouTube, for the people listening, it shows you like how your video ranks compared to your last 10 videos. And if it shows up in 10 of 10, like the worst of the last 10, you're like, oh man, this feels like shit. And yeah, but you grow a bit of a thick skin, and then you do things like trying to change the thumbnail and title and stuff like that to see if you can improve it. And I don't know.
So basically you're a master and you know exactly what you're doing is what you're trying to say. You
No,
used to.
I'm
you
saying
used to.
I'm saying I don't know everything, and I'm willing to learn. Yeah. So yeah, there's like so much, because filmmaking's existed since, I don't know, the 30s or the 20s.
1890s?
1890s?
Like
so
film.
people have been doing this for a long time, and they've written books about it and stuff. So yeah, I try to read these books and learn from them, and yeah, just because it's a little bit different format and a bit more frantic than The Godfather or something. You can still learn a lot from The Godfather or these kind of films. So
you're a bit more retroactively building your story too and reconstructing what happened, right?
Yeah. I feel like that's definitely it's like more of a documentary filmmaking skill.
For sure.
Where you just kind of have to assemble it. So I spend a lot of time watching all the footage. Like, so we just did this Australian riding area that, and there's like 7 days of riding there, and I'm like watching it all back and taking notes on all of it. And then I take those notes and kind of assemble it into a script and put it in an order that makes sense for the story and all that. So yeah, but yeah, the deeper I go down to this rabbit hole, the more it takes, the more work it takes, and the less frequent the videos come. But I don't know, for me, I feel like it's worth it. And for me, it's quite satisfying to, create something that was better than I have made. So yeah.
How long do you take to edit a video now?
Now it's probably, just the editing part? Probably 4 or 5 days.
Oh, yeah. That's not that bad.
Not that bad? Yeah. But there's so much preparation that goes into it up front. So watching all the footage and tagging it.
Oh, that part of that too. Like basically once the footage is on the computer, how long does it take to put the video on YouTube?
Okay. Yeah, it's probably like more like 2 weeks now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
that's a long time.
But I spend a lot of time watching all the footage back and then like 3 days on the script. So yeah.
That's going to be a long time in your Apple Vision Pro.
Exactly, yeah. I'm going to have Mark all over my face.
Yeah, maybe.
The AI will take notes for you, and you'll just get up the big screen.
I definitely welcome all the AI stuff. Like, if it's going to make my job easier, I'm totally down for it. So, yeah, I've used ChatGPT to, like, I've never had it write me a title yet, but I use it to give me ideas, because it's still very rudimentary. Like, it loves to like put a colon in the middle of the title, like riding the Whistler Bike Park, the best bike park in the world or something. It writes really rudimentary titles, but
we don't like colons. We don't like colons.
I don't like them that much, but some people, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's too rigid. It's not as that conversational. I'd rather the title be a bit more conversational. Yeah. But I don't know.
Someone last week, I thought it was you guys. Someone said death to colons in YouTube titles.
Oh, really?
I didn't say that.
No.
And someone was very serious about it.
But yeah, all the AI stuff, like now, like I'm using like Whisper AI to like transcribe my footage, and then I can use it in the script, and then later on I can create subtitles for my videos and stuff, which are quite accurate.
You should try the AI app that creates social cuts from videos. We
found a real good
really?
app that we use on this podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
Basically just spits out 15 social cuts
Really?
like instantly,
You just
with captions and everything.
You just copy and paste the URL of the YouTube in it.
Yeah, Big Al's future over there, not looking so good. He's smiling now, but he won't be soon.
Yeah, like all that stuff, like, because I don't want to make a social cut, but if it can just do it for me. So you just feed it the video and then it makes it?
We've only done it for the podcast.
Okay.
So it's, I don't know if it works for like a narrative video in the same sort of.
Should try it. It might.
But it's definitely tailored to podcasts, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Especially because there's no music right. So you can just like, it can go and chop it up, but it's pretty good. It's not as punchy as I want it to be. Like it leaves a little bit of the fat in what people are saying, but so far it's better than spending a couple hours making one yourself.
Right. Yeah, I've noticed that you've made your social cuts a lot more punchy from the podcast, because I'll watch that little social cut and then I'll listen to the podcast. I'm like, oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff in between those two sentences, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting all the junk.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you got to do. That's what editing is. So, yeah.
You guys want to make another social cut and play a game or this or that?
Great segue. I'd love to.
It's time again, folks. Time to play this or that. Oh, I had a light queued up and it didn't work. Dang. I installed this light on the table. Oh, well.
That's embarrassing.
Maybe next podcast. Where was I? This or that. The game where you choose between two radically different options. Either this or that. That says, Cam, do you understand the rules? I think that's from our last podcast. Eric, do you understand the rules?
Yeah, I've listened to the podcast before.
Soundman, play that music. Please tell me about the music. Wet trails or dry trails?
Oh, wet trails or dry trails? Oh,
You have listened to the podcast before. I did ask if you understand the rules. Wet trails or dry trails?
dry.
Frome or Seymour?
Cypress.
Winner? Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. The next one was the winner of the last one, or Cypress. So I guess it's Cypress or Cypress. All right, we all know Cypress.
I put Frome in second then.
Coffee or beer?
Beer.
Beer or wine?
Oh, beer.
What? I thought you were a wine guy. Shuttling or pedaling?
Shuttling.
Kangaroos or deer?
Kangaroos, they're cooler.
Building in Australia or building in BC?
BC.
Full 29-inch or mullet?
29.
Loam or pow?
Loam.
Are you a skier?
I've done a couple backcountry. I did one backcountry winter.
I went skiing once. Why did we do that question? Flathead, shovel, or spade?
Oh, spade.
Dirt in the eye or rock in the shoe?
Rock in the shoe.
Jumps or steeps?
Oh, shit. Jumps now. I would have said steeps in the past.
You changed, man. Building with wood or building with dirt?
Dirt. Wood makes a better thumbnail, that's for sure.
Okay, the answer is wood. Skinnies or teeter-totters?
Skinnies.
Would you rather be would you rather be 3 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
8?
Careful, these will come true after you leave today. Travel back in time or travel into the future? Travel back.
I'm a nostalgic guy. Travel back in time, I think.
Change all the thumbnails. Early mornings or late
I go
nights?
to dinosaurs, man.
No, that or
No thumbnails back then.
That's great content. Early mornings or late nights?
Late nights.
Bad brakes or bad suspension?
Oh, suspension.
Underbiked or overbiked?
Underbiked?
Underbiked? Bananas or apples? What a nice little question.
Bananas.
Oh, muffins or donuts?
Muffins.
Would you rather know the date of your own death or know the date of everyone else's death except your own? That's not so nice.
Oh, wow. Everybody else's.
Sprinkles or confetti?
Bananas or apple? Knowing your death or everyone else's. Did you answer?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, everybody else's.
Oh, sorry. I died inside a little bit. Would you rather lose all of your past memories or never be able to create new memories? These are deep, man. These are deep.
Yeah, these are a lot weirder than the other ones. Lose my old memories, I suppose.
Oh, that's sad. Chamois or no chamois?
No chamois.
100 laps of ladies only or 100 laps of boogeyman? So relatable, right, Dave?
Boogie Nights?
No, just Boogeyman.
No, just boogeyman.
Okay, I'll go Boogeyman.
You Can Do It drop or Bob's Bobsled?
Bob's Bobsled.
And finally, BC or POV? What? Who wrote this one?
Guilty.
BC.
Oh, well done. Can I get a...
Oh, yeah?
Oh my goodness, turn that down, please. Yeah, that was a very diverse game of this or that.
Yeah, it's a couple of brain teasers in there for sure.
If that's what you want to call it.
Did that make you feel metaphorically full?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I feel just like Matt Hunter.
Feeding off each other. We were building bikes last night, or all day. 16 hours of building bikes and filming, and we were watching.
Oh, I just did that too.
Yeah?
I just built a new bike too and filmed it, and very tedious.
Scrap
One
the
bike?
video. Scrap the video.
One bike.
We did it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 14 bikes or something like that. I don't know. We were
Wow.
not building all from scratch, but we built a couple bikes. Anyways, we had Neural Disorder and Cranked and all these old movies playing in the background. And there was 2 instances where feeding off each other came up in these films. We gotta find the sounds.
We definitely fed off each other.
You got it. You got it.
That's a good one right there.
What?
Definitely.
The cold stare you gave me as you played that. Which movie is that from?
It's Neural Disorder Greatest Hits.
Ah.
Wow, it made the cut for the greatest hits. Huh?
Yeah. I couldn't find the other one.
Well, you feel like you had opportunity to say everything you need to say on the podcast, on the program today? Number 1 feeding off each other podcast in the world.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And I don't know. I feel like I was just a bit mumbly, but that's how I am. So.
Oh yeah, we're all mumbly today after 16 hours of building bikes. Where can people find you? BCpov on YouTube. You have Patreon too?
Yeah, Patreon. Instagram.
How's Patreon go for you?
Yeah, it goes all right. I don't know. I don't promote it basically ever. So
Except for now.
Yeah, if people want to go on, I definitely have a big community on there, and we do like a monthly podcast, a little more not as fancy as this, but Yuka and I just talk and answer questions, and we come up with a topic every month and ask our patrons to answer the questions. So. Yeah.
Would you be so kind as to maybe leave a speak pipe for us, otherwise known as a voice message?
Sure.
That is speakpipe.com/feeding off each other. Just hit a button, leave us a message. Actually, Dave has a note for our listeners.
My note is I want people to ask for advice because it's more stimulating conversation.
Yeah.
Dave wants to be stimulated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Physically.
Or you could, like what I'm doing on my podcast, is you give them a topic and get them to call in on a topic. Yeah.
That could work too.
That usually helps. Like our whole shoes in the house debate, that was like 6 pipes at least.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because in the last episode, people called in, didn't have a question. Dave was furious. He was very upset.
Mm-hmm.
It's often just like, love the podcast. I'm just like walking to school right now. There's a bird in the sky. Anyways, loving the podcast. Bye.
But we do love our chuthers.
Yeah,
we do love our chuthers, even if they don't have a question to ask in the speak pipes.
Listen, I appreciate it. I love it. I'm just trying to make it a little bit better.
So I had thought about doing the speed pipe thing for you guys. But then I was like, well, I just want to record it, and then I want to just chop it down so it's like really concise.
He wants to edit it.
I don't speak very concisely, especially if I'm on the spot. I feel like so. That's how I would feel.
We had a
even
guy-
if you guys chopped it down
I mean,
too,
you can try it. You can just do it again and again and again until you nail it.
That's true.
It doesn't send after you have to
really?
confirm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
I
can
assumed it was like a
cancel
phone call, and I was just
No,
got the
no.
answering machine.
No,
Okay.
you could do it 100 times.
It's all digital. So you just go to the website, you press the button, and then you can just re-record your messages many times as you want.
Speakpipe.com/feeding off each other.
Gotcha.
We got a bunch though in the last week. We got like 10.
How exciting.
Are you gonna play some now?
No.
No, we're at the end of the podcast. Damn. I think we're already an hour and a half in here.
Yeah. More
We got to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Congrats with everything, Derek.
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 Yeah.
Derek. What's Derek? Daniel?
That's my name.
Derek. Do you think Yuka is happy out there still? Is she?
She's playing Zelda. She's happy as a pig in shit.
Probably. Yeah, actually knowing what that POV is like, it only feels like 10 minutes has passed for her probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it was perfect for the plane. Like, it just made the flight feel like nothing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Zelda.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, and leave us a subscription, leave us a review, leave us a comment, and the other things you might do. Wow. I just made that up at the top of my head, guys. Can
Crushed
you
it.
can you believe
Off the
that?
dome.
Wait, didn't you say you wrote a new intro or outro?
Yeah, it's not that good yet. So you basically got all the things.
I did. Wow, I nailed it. And as always, thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Big pop.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.